and sincere. I asked myself if this might be the group of good and worthwhile people whom I had long been seeking. Their love and unity amazed me, as did their use of the Bible to answer every question. I realized that it was the Bible that was the force for good in their lives. And I saw, too, that I would have to make many changes to become one of them. In fact, I had to undergo a complete metamorphosis, for I was living a feminine life. My speech, mannerisms, clothing, hairstyle, and choice of friends all needed changing. My former friends began to mock me, saying, "Why are you doing this? You were fine as you were. Don't study the Bible. You have everything." The most difficult things to change, though, were the practices of my immoral lifestyle. Still, I knew that great changes were possible, for the Bible's words at 1 Corinthians 6, 9 through 11 had reached my heart. "What? Do you not know that unrighteous persons will not inherit God's kingdom? Do not be misled. Neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor men kept for unnatural purposes, nor men who lie with men, will inherit God's kingdom. And yet, that is what some of you were. But you have been washed clean." Jehovah helped people back then to make changes, and He helped me too. It took several years and a good deal of struggling, but the guidance and love of the witnesses helped me a great deal. How I have benefited. Today, I lead a normal life. I am married, and my wife and I are teaching our son to live by Bible principles. My former life is far behind me now, and I enjoy many spiritual benefits and privileges. I serve as an elder in the congregation, and I have been able to help others to learn the truth of God's Word. The changes I made in my life made my mother so happy that she accepted a Bible study and has since become a baptized Christian. A sister of mine who led an immoral life also became one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Even some of the people who knew me in my former life now recognize that I have changed for the better. And I know what has been behind those changes. In the past, I sought professional help but received only bad advice. However, Jehovah truly helped me. Although I felt unworthy, He noticed me and treated me with love and patience. The fact that such a wonderful, intelligent, loving God would take notice of me and want me to have a better life made all the difference.
I felt dissatisfied, lonely, and empty. Kazuhiro Kunimochi. Year born, 1951. Country of origin, Japan. History, competitive bicycle racer. My past. I grew up in a sleepy port town in Shizuoka Prefecture, Japan, where our family of 8 lived in a small house. My father ran a bicycle shop. From the time I was small, he took me to bicycle races and got me interested in the sport. My father then began to plan for me to become a professional racer. When I was still in middle school, he began training me in earnest. In high school, I won 3 successive titles in the yearly national athletic contest. I received an offer to attend a university, but I decided to go directly to a racing school. At the age of 19, I became a professional racer. By then, it was my goal in life to become the top bicycle racer in Japan. I planned to make a lot of money so that I could give my family a secure and settled life. I threw myself into my training. Whenever I felt daunted by the rigors of training or a difficult part of a race, I would tell myself over and over that I was born to race bicycles and that I just had to go on somehow. And I did. My hard work started to pay off. In my first year, I won the rookie title. In my second year, I qualified to enter the race that determines Japan's #1 racer. 6 different times, I came in second in that race. As I remained in the upper range of prize-winning racers, I became known as the strong legs of Tokai, an area of Japan. I was very competitive. In time, I was feared because I was merciless in the races. My income grew, and I found that I could buy whatever appealed to me. I bought a house with an exercise room equipped with the best machines. I bought a foreign car that cost almost as much as a house. For security, I began investing my money in real estate and the stock market. Still, I felt dissatisfied, lonely, and empty. By that time, I was married and had children, but often I was impatient with my family. I would lose my temper with my wife and children over little things. They began nervously studying my facial expressions to see if I was in another bad mood. In time, though, my wife began studying the Bible with Jehovah's Witnesses. That led to many changes. She said she wanted to attend the meetings of the witnesses, so I decided that we would go as a family. I can still remember the night when an elder called at my home and began to study the Bible with me. What I learned made a deep impression on me. How the Bible changed my life. I will never forget how reading Ephesians chapter 5, verse 5 affected me. It says, "No fornicator or unclean person or greedy person," which means being an idolater, "has any inheritance in the kingdom of the Christ and of God." I saw that bicycle racing was tied up with gambling and that the sport promoted a greedy spirit. My conscience became troubled. I felt that if I wanted to please Jehovah God, I would need to quit racing. But it was a hard decision for me. I had just finished my most satisfying racing year ever, and I yearned for more. I found, though, that studying the Bible put me in a peaceful, calm frame of mind, a far cry from the spirit I needed to win races. I raced only 3 times after I started studying, but in my heart, I had not fully let go of racing. I was also at a loss as to how to support my family. I felt stuck, moving neither forward nor backward, and my relatives began giving me a very hard time about my new faith. My father was bitterly disappointed. Torn, I became ever more stressed and developed an ulcer. What helped me through that difficult time was that I kept studying the Bible and going to the meetings of Jehovah's Witnesses. Gradually, my faith grew stronger. I asked Jehovah to hear my prayers and to help me see that He does. My stress eased further when my wife assured me that she didn't have to live in a big house in order to be happy. Slowly, I made progress. How I have benefited. I learned that Jesus' words recorded at Matthew chapter 6, verse 33 are really true. He said, "Keep on then seeking first the kingdom and His righteousness, and all these other things will be added to you." We have never lacked the other things that Jesus referred to, the basic necessities of life. Although my income is about 1/30 of what I made as a racer, I have lacked nothing for me and my family these past 20 years. Better still, when I work or worship with my fellow believers, I find joy and satisfaction that I never knew before. The days simply fly by. My family life has improved greatly as well. My 3 sons and their wives have all become faithful servants of Jehovah. End of article.